Hi guys, Raynal here. I have been very lucky with the Final Fantasy 15 collab. I was planning on getting either Noctis or Aranea, and through dumb luck, I ended up getting both without spending a lot of Viz. And today I wanted to test Aranea at 115 in Arena. Now, as you can tell from my team, we are not running a maxed out team. This could be a lot stronger. Aranea is only 115, Gilgamesh is only 115, and we're running an MR VC because it gives bonus points over the Mask of Deceit VC, which would give us a lot more damage. I'm also skipping the MAX Manipul Esper, so we are running Odin on Aranea, which is a little bit weaker in terms of damage. But let's test her out. My experience previously is that she, with that setup, will be just short of one-shotting bulky enemies. She needs a little bit more. I think at 120 with the right VC, she could do it, but for now, that's what I've experienced. So here's her team. First, Freyevia. Freezes VC for ice attack up for everybody, and then some more HP as well. That leads to a very bulky team. 10,000 HP Freyevia, decent defenses. I mean, she's still more of a magic tank. She puts on a magic barrier, she's got 85% magic resistance and only weak-ish physical resistances outside of Slash, so she won't last very long. It would be better to run a physical tank or, you know, another type of tank, but I wanted my Ice Squad. I love using Freyevia, so that's why she's there. In terms of abilities on-off, she's got everything on as a Spellblade, and as a White Mage, only Kurata and Full Life are on. Then we have Aranea herself. Almost 8,000 HP, 1,200 attack. Normally I would say this is good, but she's only 115, so this is actually incredible stats. Really good. And then good resistances all around as well. So she's pretty impressive. She is a pugilist, and all her abilities are on for now. I had a very tough choice between Dragon's Blade and Sharp Sting, because Sharp Sting is preemptive. It might save you damage because it kills the enemy before he hits you, but I like Dragon's Blade. It heals you back, and often it deals surprising damage, so I'm leaving it on. And then I've picked the Pugilist top job. Nothing is turned off in her abilities, but if she was 120 and had the AoE buff, I would turn that off because I want her to use bells first. So her 120 ability would be off, but I mean, she just doesn't have it at 115, so it was a non-factor for me. And then finally, my Gilgamesh will be weak in here. He is not built to do a lot. He is built to play slightly before Aranea and haste her, so we can showcase her better. Otherwise, I would turn off a lot of abilities, make him use his barrier first, make sure he has enough AP and enough bulk to kill enemies. That's not a duelist Gilgamesh. What mine has to do is move, cast haste, and then Katetsu the enemy team when they're low from Aranea. So that's all it is. His Heaven Strider job has Frostblade and Self-Haste off, because I just like those. And then as a Time Mage, all he has is haste. So with that said, let's go look at some fights. Alright, let's go with this element neutral team. I am not certain we'll win because I have not spec'd my team for missile resistance. Now, it would be very easy to do that. I would just have to use the Mask of Deceit vision card and then equip Freyevia with the Aeternia vision card, so she has even more missile resist, and it's possible to have like a team that's basically half resistant, but I'm not going to change the build. We're going to go in with the regular, I guess, more slash resist oriented build, and we'll just see how that goes. The enemy Aranea especially could be troublesome. She could very easily one-punch somebody, but I'm hoping that we'll walk into the enemy team's range early like this, and they'll waste their AP before they have the chance to do much. So great, just enough damage to not kill us. My Aranea only has around 35 missile resistance, so it could be a lot higher. So that's actually a pretty good start. We get to haste her, and then Freyevia goes. Freyevia will probably heal instead of generating hate, so that's a little bit bad. But now the enemy's out of AP, so I don't think they're going to kill our Aranea with just their basic attacks. And, well, we might reach and take one of them out immediately. So there we go. High wind begins. The haste being relevant here gives us a little bit of more time to reach them. And, okay, decent damage. We don't take out the enemy Viktora, but we did take out the other one, and as predicted, she is out of AP, so that's basically all she can do. Casting haste on Freyevia is good because she'll heal a little bit more. She only has 70-something agility, so she is much slower than anybody else on our team. Gets the chance to generate hate. Hopefully she walks into Aranea's range, but nope, decides to run away from the fight, so we will not see her help us before a long time. And then with the haste, Aranea laps. It would seem the enemy Viktora just plays very quick, comes back already. Oh, the heal from breathing technique. So I was not sure if she was going to use that with her AI. But it is 2,000 points of healing. It's not bad at all. then Gilgamesh barely survives and apparently takes out the enemy Aranea by himself. And she was 120 and he's 115, so that was a pretty good fight. That one seems kind of fun. I haven't seen a lot of Prompto, and it's Prompto, Noctis, Oberon, full damage squad. This Oberon is one-shot level Oberon. Noctis is also going to hit pretty hard with those VCs, so I'm not too sure what to expect. Again, we could spec ourselves for very high missile resistance and basically ignore Prompto, but that would mean taking massive damage from the others and mainly not gaining as many arena points because I do use a bonus VC with the MR version. So I guess we'll see what happens. First things first, Gilgamesh moves to the side, starts casting haste. One thing I should do for Gilgamesh is definitely turn off his TMR. Because it would be better if he used his own barrier over that. I'll do that for later fights, and I'll probably recommend that. But yeah, that would be an improvement for sure. So there we go, we do get the haste, that's great, but we know we can't kill Noctis even if we hit him before he moves, because we've tested that in previous matchups. So all we're doing right now is, I guess, grouping for the enemy attacks. Let's see what happens. We drop the LB, that's great. From what we've seen in previous matches, he's going to lose, say, 80 to 90% of his HP, but not much more. Oh, wow, that is a tankier Noctis. I would be curious to see how much pierce resist he has, but there we go. Weak damage, and then apparently Prompto decides to attack our Aranea instead of anybody else, which I dislike very much. Now, we might die to Noctis' attack, hopefully not. Okay, we are more than fine. So there we go. Now this guy's got a barrier, but he's already taken damage, so it's not that bad. And then we can Wicked Pummel the two enemy members and just take them out. Aranea's like, we are not messing with them anymore. The haste allows us to play first and just finish them off. Now, Oberon, since our Gilgamesh does not have a barrier, I am thinking that this has to be a kill. If I had maybe his own barrier turned on, he would be fine, but yeah, 9,000 damage, he is out of the fight. But Oberon walked in range, I think, of Aranea, so he's also out of the fight, even through his barrier. Oh, nope, barely survives, never mind. I guess this Oberon is definitely a high damage carry. So at that point, we're taking an attack. We do have a physical barrier of 35% on both because we activated Mashari's TMR, so that will save us, I think. Yeah, so we barely survive with both. Now Freyevia is able to heal. Probably cast that on herself, I think. Yeah, since she's slot 1 in my team, she's going to prioritize healing herself, but that's fine. Now she's high HP, and we were just barely not taking Oberon down, so we just needed a basic attack. Now this one also seems pretty fun. It's Jayden, Noctis, Oberon. Noctis is not maxed out, but hey, our team is definitely not maxed out either, so it's not that bad. I don't know what kind of damage to expect from Jayden. If he uses his magic type abilities like Jamming Thrust, I am very scared. And even his missile attacks, we only have 35% missile resistance. Again, it would be really easy to spec ourselves to up to 80 or 100%. But that's just not what we're doing now. So let's see the type of damage we take. I guess I'm expecting that we might maybe be fine because of how tanky Freyevia is, and hopefully we are not grouping. So the fact that we did not move as a group this time really helps us out. There's less chances that we take a hit from Jayden and everybody else at the same time. But maybe when she moves to attack, Aranea will pick a position that's next to Freyevia. She really loves to do that a lot in the times that I've played her. So let's see what happens. Yup, chooses to go back into AoE range because for some reason she really loves doing that. Something about my positioning is not right for that. But here we go, Noctis takes a pretty heavy hit and then Jayden starts the AoE. And at that point, it's going to hurt. So, okay, only 3k damage, but I think with that amount of damage that we've just taken, Noctis will be able to finish off Aranea. If he's not, for some reason, then we might be fine. We'll have the chance to heal. Freyevia heals a lot more than what Jayden can do. And we've lost Gilgamesh in the back too, so yeah, not great. Okay, we survived the Skyhammer, that's great. We're going to be able to finish Noctis off, or maybe are we going for Jayden? That is interesting. It means we did not manage to heal her, but we've taken Jayden out. I do not mind that turn of events, actually. So now Noctis is going to go for Freyevia. He's just going to be breaking barriers and doing a bit of damage. That's fine. We can finish him off. And then we are 2 against Oberon, but he has his barrier on. And even though he's used the LB, I don't think we're going to win that fight. Especially if we stay grouped like this. It is a recipe for disaster. Let's see what happens. So Oberon plays again. He only has 38 AP, so it's not terrible. Takes, okay. The second he would take us out like this, it was over, I think. Let's see if we can heal before he plays. Nope, so he just basic attacks us to death. Oberon is a powerhouse. Let's go there again. Oberon, you are Zazan, and Noctis. This time only the Noctis is 115. And interesting change from the previous setups we've done. It's not Oberon that has Bells, but actually you are Zazan. I believe Bells is better on Oberon. It allows him to drop his LB and then deal crazy damage. But I guess their setup is so that Oberon uses his barrier first, which also makes sense. It makes it a lot harder to kill him. But I don't know how impactful it is because even with the barrier, like we already needed 2 hits to kill him, and I don't think his barrier will make a huge difference. I think we'll still kill him in 2 hits. We'll just need a stronger ability on our second hit to make sure we cross that threshold. I guess we'll see. So we've got Bells on, we've got Haste, and this time we seem to be in a position where we are not grouped. So I like that. I hope we won't group. But from my experience, Aranea will now immediately decide to join in with her friends. Nope, goes for UR Zazan. Great. Okay, so we might not lose Aranea instantly. We are hitting UR Zazan. I don't know. Will he die to that? No, probably not. Oh, 9k damage. Never mind. He does go down, and by quite a large margin too. So that is a 9,000 HP Oberon. It's going to be hard to take him out. Meanwhile, Noctis is just in the corner, not doing much. So that's pretty good. We do have a hasted Gilgamesh, and yeah, I guess everybody's very fast on our squad. At that point, I don't know what could go wrong. Fryevia's just going to heal herself, put a barrier on Aranea, which is also pretty good, and then Aranea is going to move forward with all that extra tankiness. Start hitting this Oberon. She will need a couple hits before taking him out, though. So, first hit, roughly half his HP, then he jumps on Fryevia again. With that single target attack, he might be able to kill her, especially with Noctis' hit right now. Yep. So we're gonna lose Fryevia, even though she's hasted, that will not make any difference. So that's bad. We don't have any more recovery, but they're low enough that I don't think it's going to matter. Aranea goes, has the chance to hit whoever she likes, probably, I hope, decides to pick Oberon, but then again, with Gilgamesh's attack, it won't really matter, so let's see what she picked. Nope, it was Noctis, so that was a pretty intelligent call. At that point, very low HP, 65 HP Noctis goes onto Gilgamesh, deals crazy damage, but then goes down to a basic attack. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Overall, I would say the performance has been better than I thought. Yes, Aranea is not in one-shot range just yet, but she is really bulky. I haven't really seen her go down in a single hit either, which is very impressive to me. My team was not great. If I had managed for them to be split early on and not take the AoE attack on both Fryevia and Aranea, it would be a lot better because she would be untouched for 1 or 2 more turns, and she would have time to finish off enemies. So that was not great. And then I could also use a physical tank, which would last a lot longer next to her. So there could definitely be improvement, but as just a 115 testing of Aranea, she is a powerhouse. She feels stronger than a lot of my 120 units, which is very impressive. So very eager to get her to 120. I'll do that over the course of next week, and then I'll do another showcase with that. But thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.